Geometry Dash wasn't always the game you've fallen in love with. Back in 2014, the game came off as unpolished at times and needed something else to propel it past its precursor, the Impossible game. In today's video, we take a look at the level that saved Geometry Dash, Blast Processing. Blast Processing starts off its levels with open arms. It's here to be your friend. Difficulty-wise, this is quite accessible for almost every single player, and when it comes to the actual decoration, this is nothing but eye candy. Now that's all good and well, although before we can even say we got to 15% of the level, we already got hit with one of Geometry Dash's biggest changes ever. What I'm talking about is the Wave, the brand new game mode that was added in Geometry Dash 1.9 and first introduced to us as the player within Blast Processing. Now when it comes to the Wave, if you hold, it goes up, and if you let go, it goes down. Pretty easy stuff here. How we're introduced to the Wave is extremely simplistic. Developer RobTop has ensured that there's arrows placed so there's no surprises, so therefore as the player we can take our time with the Wave to get nice and familiar. Now that doesn't matter if the actual difficulty is increased here, which thankfully enough it's not. These corridors are nice and open, varying in clicks per second, commonly referred to as CPS, so we can understand what RobTop may ask of us later. That's foreshadowing, by the way. What's also noteworthy is that this entire Wave section lasts 13% of Blast Processing to make sure that the player understands how significant this new game mode really is. That's enough of the new game mode, at least for now. RobTop hits us with a normal ship section where we can hold on these platforms, let go on these platforms, or hit a bit of a strafe fly in between. We have options here as the player. This level, once again, is here to be our friend. Now, I'm a big fan of this normal ball section. The actual pacing remains the exact same, although the CPS can say something different. I view moments like this like the pacing in a YouTube video, a TV show, or a movie, ensuring that the player has variation within their gameplay to make sure that they stay awake, they're feeling satisfied, and of course, the most important part, they're having a good time. After that ball section, we're right back on the Wave, where we can notice that these corridors have shrunk a little bit and the duration of them have increased, ensuring that we increase our CPS. Wasn't lying when I told you about foreshadowing. Now up until this point, it can be argued that RobTop's held your hand. He's introducing a lot of new things within this level, most importantly being the Wave, and first impressions are crucial, especially within a video game like Geometry Dash. That's why at 50%, RobTop introduces us to dual Wave gameplay. Yeah, this segment is shortly lived, but it doesn't need to be long. RobTop needs the player to understand that the Wave is versatile. It's here to stay. It's going to carry Geometry Dash for the years to come. We need to understand the importance and how fun this gameplay really is. And on top of that, we get introduced to the first coin of Blast Processing, despite just saying that we were at 50%. So Blast Processing does switch things up in this regard. Now to rewind really quickly on this coin that I was just talking about, it's not an understatement to say it's one of RobTop's hardest. Is this, compared to online levels, a difficult segment? No. But when it comes to the coin spots that RobTop has provided us, even talking 2.2 standards, is this difficult? Yes. Now in my opinion, this segment has gone underappreciated as the years have gone by. Teaching the player that not every single situation they'll come across as the Wave will be identical is such an important skill set for them to learn moving forward if they actually want to see longevity within Geometry Dash instead of this game just being a one and done. Now that that dual section's over, we become a singular Wave once again as we discover what I've come to believe over these years as a genius flip on gameplay. Let's take a look at the beginning ship segment that I referred to as simplistic, eye candy, and a very friendly experience for the player, being able to hold, straight fly, or let go. Well, this Wave segment's going to act as the complete opposite. Yeah, the actual environment looks almost identical, but the gameplay is flipped on its head. We can't touch the roof. We can't touch the floor. We're gonna explode. We're going back to 0%. It's like that. This therefore continues the player's understanding of the Wave. This is a new game mode. What's going on? How can we use it? Well, we've understood that we can use it in corridors. We've understood that we need to increase our clicks per second. We've understood that it can have variations within game modes that already exist. And now we understand that things can get a bit tricky at times. Now, when it comes to this cube section, it's purely just to spice up the gameplay. There's really nothing too much to talk about. I mean, yeah, the decoration's pretty cool, but substance-wise, we're not working with a lot here. This UFO section's pretty interesting. The first half of it is super simplistic. We can hold on the platforms, we don't need to be conscious of our click patterns at all, but then for the second half, it's the complete opposite. He has spikes everywhere, we can't just spam, and this coin, we actually have to time something? Pretty interesting. This ship segment right here reminds me the exact same as the second wave segment that we've seen within Blast Processing. We're much more restricted within our movement compared to the first time that we saw the game mode, so therefore we have to be much more conscious of our clicks. We can't just go everywhere here. Blast Processing near the end of the level is honestly a rapid fire round. We're right back to the ball once again, although unlike the ship and unlike the wave, the gameplay is the exact same. We don't see an increase in difficulty here. Now, when it comes to this UFO segment right here, I'm super confused on why it's even a UFO. I mean, look at the gameplay here. I have to ride this slope as if I'm Prime Tony Hawk, and then after that I just click a little bit. Listen, I love the variety in gameplay here, but this part does confuse me. We're with the ship for the third time, where this time it's looking a bit more traditional. We have some cubes that we have to avoid, the decoration's looking insane, and then the coin reminds me the exact same as Theory of Everything's second one. Then as we transition back into the cube, it's a full circle moment. The decoration's looking the exact same, and the gameplay's looking the exact same, besides this little memorization bit that RobTop hits us with at the very end.